Hello and welcome back to the Listening to Your Gut podcast. I got a solo episode with yours truly and my sidekick, Riker Buddy Man. So he's here with us. He might try to make out with me a couple times, per the usual. But we are here to bring you a new episode together. But I would be foolish to not mention what's currently in my brain right now. So I'm going to just give you a quick PSA that if Riker wants to get right up close and personal. If you want to see how itty bitty his teeth are, you better be watching this on YouTube because he is going to show you the full scope of that teeny tiny little smile. There we go. But what I need to share with you, a quick PSA, is that if you have not been watching the Bridgerton series, first of all, hello, get on that. Second of all, if you did not know that there was let's say, a tangent or a split off of that series with Good, or not Good Charlotte, that's a group, with Queen Charlotte, then I need to tell you something. You need to run like your life depends on it to get a subscription to Netflix because that is so good. I finished the 6 episode little mini series in less than a day. Yep, I'd be crazy. And I'm not someone who, first of all, binges anything, like binges shows, and I don't watch TV hardly ever unless it's something real good, and this is real good. And I was feeling this weekend like I just needed a break from things, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do any schoolwork. I'm not going to do any work for my businesses. I am just going to be. And that's what I've been doing. And lo and behold, I found a little rabbit hole to go down, and it was the Queen Charlotte series that is a spinoff or like a tangent of the Bridgerton series. And oh my holy cow. Well, first of all of those men are gorgeous. Like these English men that they're getting, they're gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous. So PSA, I'm going round and round in circles. PSA, if you have not watched the Bridgerton series, first 2 seasons, and or the Queen Charlotte series, you got to get on that because season 3 of the Bridgerton series is coming out May 16th. And that is like basically a month away. So you got to get on that. All right, now, side tangent is over. We're getting back into the juicy juice of our topic. And I bet you looked at that title and thought, what do I need to get rid of ASAP? Like, what is this? What are we talking about? So let me share with you what that topic is. We're actually talking about the fact that sponges are not all they're cracked up to be. And you probably should think about getting rid of your sponges, especially if you're using them to clean your dishes. So we are going to talk about that today. This is a topic that just recently came across my feed in social media. And then I went down that rabbit hole of doing all the research, and the research is there that sponges are not good for us to be cleaning with. Like they're not the best thing that you should be using to clean your dishes. So we are going to talk all about that today. So let me give you just like kind of the scope of what we're doing, the outline. We're going to be talking about why sponges are not great for you. We're going to talk about, can you clean a sponge? I mean, in my opinion, yes, you can. But in my opinion, do you want to? No, you don't want to. You just want to get something that's better for you than a sponge. So we will talk about if and when you want to clean a sponge and how to do that. But I would advocate for you not to use sponges anymore to clean your dishes because what I'm about to share with you is just disgusting. And then lastly, we're going to talk about, I always come with the full scope. So we're going to talk about alternatives, like what can you use instead of a sponge to clean your dishes? And you might be thinking, wait a second. If I have a dishwasher, why on earth would I need a sponge, right? That's a great question. Well, because not all dishes can be cleaned in the dishwasher, right? We know this. And also we know that there is no magic cure-all for our dishes. Sometimes there are dishes that we put in the dishwasher and they come out and they're still dirty, okay? Have you experienced that? I'm raising my hand because yes, I have. And pretty much if you are a human on this earth, you have experienced that. I'm getting all spicy today. I don't know where this comes from. Probably because I'm in my follicular phase and I am feeling good and the energy's coming back and let's go. Let's do this. So yeah, that's probably where this is coming from. But all that being said, we're going to go through those 3 components. So why are sponges so bad for us to be using to clean with? Can you clean a sponge? And then what are some alternatives? So let's dive into it. Let's do this. So first of all, are sponges bad or why are they bad? They are bad. And why are they bad? Because they harbor billions with a B, billions of bacteria. Okay. And they continue to spread when you use these sponges to wash your dishes. You're basically putting more bacteria onto your dishes than cleaning it off. So there was actually a study done fairly recently, and that study found that there were 362 types of bacteria on a sponge used for cleaning dishes. Okay. And with every square centimeter, there was over 45 billion with a B bacteria per square centimeter. Okay, that is equal to, if not more, bacteria than a toilet. Than a toilet. You're eating off a toilet if you are using a sponge to clean your dishes. Hello. Okay, furthermore, the gurus in the cleaning world, the cleaning industry, say that you should be replacing your sponge if you're really going to go down that path, which I would not. You need to be replacing your sponge every week. Every week. Okay. These other options that I'm going to be sharing with you, you don't have to do that. Okay. So you're saving money, you're saving time, and you're staying healthier because you're not going to be having all this bacteria in and around your dishes and then ultimately potentially going into your mouth if you were to continue to keep using a sponge. So that is that. Now, can you clean a sponge? Let's talk about that. Can you clean a sponge? You sure can, but we got to know a couple things. Okay. First of all, if you are going to clean a sponge, there are really 2 main ways, actually 3 main ways I'm going to share with you that you can clean a sponge. But if you're going to clean a sponge in the microwave, because that's one of the options, you got to make sure that your sponge is not metallic or made of certain synthetic materials because those things can be highly flammable. So we don't want to be exploding our sponge and our microwave and having a fire in our house just because we're trying to clean the sponge. Okay. Honestly, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to put a sponge in the microwave and to clean it. Just get rid of it and use one of these other options. But I'm gonna do this concept justice. I'm gonna do this topic justice, and I'm gonna tell you, you can microwave them, okay? As long as, like I said, they are not synthetic and they are not they don't have any metallic in them, okay? Because those are highly flammable. You can dishwash them, okay? But if I were you, I would also not do that because then those bacteria are floating around in your dishwasher and then they're getting on your dishes. No, thank you. Probably the best way to clean your sponge is this third option, which is to fully soak it in full strength vinegar for 5 minutes. That'll kill 99.6%. So you still got 0.4% of bacteria. In my opinion, not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay. But if you really don't want to get rid of your sponge, that would be the avenue that I'd go. None of those are going to completely sterilize your sponge. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. All right. Now let's get to the alternatives because that's what you're really here for. After you heard that mind-blowing information about sponges and how basically they're equivalent to the bacteria in your toilet, you're thinking, I'm hoping right now, what can I use instead, please and thank you. And I'm here to give you not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different options. Okay. I will tell you what I use at the end, but I'm going to give you 4 different options that you can select from. These are all great options. They are all economically friendly. They're eco-friendly. And most importantly, they do not harbor bacteria. Woo! Can I get a woo woo? All right. So first one is a dish brush. Okay. Dish brushes come in all sorts of fun shapes and sizes, and they're all made very differently too. So ones with metal bristles, as well as plant or wood fibers are the best. If you get the plant or wood bristles, then those are going to be compostable, which of course is helpful to our earth. However, the downside to the dish brushes is that sometimes they can be, they can't get into those tight crevices or corners, so they can sometimes be hard to use when you're looking to get into those nitty gritty spots. However, they do have different sizes, so if you can find like a toothbrush like one that can get into the crevices, then you're good to go, in my personal opinion. Now, I'll come back to, you can kind of already guess, I'm going to come back to at the end what I use. Hint, hint, it's the first one. It's the dish brush, but I'll tell you exactly what kind of dish brush I'm using, so that you can know that. And if you want to do what I'm doing, you can do what I'm doing. The next one is an unsponge, so like a not sponge, right? And these are made from biodegradable materials like cotton or jute, okay? And therefore these are compostable. So they do typically take longer to dry because of the thickness of the material, but they are a great eco-friendly biodegradable option that doesn't harbor bacteria like the sponge does. Silicone sponges are another great option. They do last longer. They don't harbor bacteria, but they don't hold soap well because they're very slippery and slidey, right? So they don't necessarily hold soap well. And I personally feel like they don't also, if you got something really caked onto, a pot or pan, that doesn't do the trick. Sorry, it just doesn't. So that's not my favorite option, but it's an option nonetheless. And then the fourth and final option is a linen dishcloth. So linen is biodegradable and it's actually more durable than cotton. But it, just like the silicone sponge, it might not get some hard stuck on grease and mess. So you just have to be cognizant and aware of that. So a lot of the gurus in the cleaning world will say you should have a combination of the four that I just mentioned. So a dish brush, an unsponge, a silicone sponge, and a linen dishcloth. I personally only use one out of those four. I use the dish brush and I have the bamboo bristles on my dish brush. I've got a couple different like sizes of the bristles. So that's been super helpful for, things that need a little bit more of a delicate touch versus things that need a little bit more of a harsher scrub. I am working on getting like more of like a toothbrush looking one too, so I can get into the cracks and crevices, although I haven't had an issue with that yet in terms of needing to get into cracks and crevices, but I do know there will come a time when I need that. And, me being a sponge person for most of my life and now realizing that that is so awful, I'm obviously changing my ways. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful to you. I will link the dish brushes that I got from Amazon in the show notes. So if you're interested in grabbing exactly what I got, mine came in a pack of 4, and it also came with like a cute little ceramic dish that you can stick the brush on so that you can sit it right by your sink and it's just, ready to go. But they're also very long lasting. I mean, I've only had mine for, probably a month or two, and I use them fairly frequently, but they still look brand new. So the quality is really great too. So I will link the specific one that I got, the bamboo brush set that I got, in the show notes. If you want to grab that, you can. And yeah, I hope this was, well, one, alarming, but in a good way, and also helpful to you so that you can start replacing slowly but surely some of the things in your household, like a sponge, that are really not benefiting you and your family in the long run. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be eaten off of a toilet-like dish if it's got that much bacteria. So that is that. I hope you have a great start to your week if you are listening to this on the day that it is released on Monday. And if not, I hope you've had a great week thus far, and I will chat with you soon. Take care.